Good afternoon, good morning, good day, wherever you are watching me from. In the previous video, which I have done, I have already explained the theories of analysis of covariance. And in this video, I will be explaining and demonstrating how to run analysis of covariance on SPSS. And the analysis of covariance that we are running involves using two strategies and one control to improve student interest in a school subject. So the group is the strategy. We have strategy A. We also have the mental ability of the students. And afterwards, we have the interest, the pre-score for the interest, pre-interest and the post-interest. So we have three groups, and we now have the post-interest, pre-interest, and we have the mental ability. If you remember in that video that I did, I said whatsoever we want to make use of as our moderator variable ought to be categorical, and mental ability in this current form is not categorical, as it were. It is in the continuous level. So our first responsibility is to transform. I want to transform mental ability to continuous, to categorical. You can see we have strategy A, strategy B, strategy C. So let me start with the process of transforming. So I want to transform mental ability so that it will be in categorical level. The first thing that I will do is to go to analyze, and under analyze I will go to descriptive, and under descriptive I will go to explore. That's what I will do. So what do I want to explore? I want to explore the mental ability, and I will put it there. Then I will select the statistics that I want. The statistics that I want, because the candidates, the participants in this study were given a mental ability test, but we don't know how to categorize the mental ability. So I would tell the SPSS to do a percentile for me. So I will say continue. So when I say continue and I say okay, I'm going to have a result. And I want you to pay attention to my results. Now, you see that the most important thing about this result, let me start from here, is that we have the mean of mental ability is 49.12666. The lower bound is 47. The upper bound is 41. The trimmed mean is 49.3. The median, the variance value, the standard deviation, the minimum, the maximum, the range, the interquartile, the skewness, is negatively skewed. And I will explain this in another video when we talk about skewness, and the kurtosis is this. But what do we need in this particular video. What we need is the Tukey's hinges percentile. The Tukey hinges percentile is actually a percentile that the Tukey hinges squeeness mental ability has divided the value obtained into three. We have the 25 percentile to the 49 we have the 50, we have the 75. So anybody who scored between 43.11 to 49.97 is in the 25 percentile group. Anybody who scores between 49.98 to 55.52 is in the 50 percentile, and anybody that scores 55.53 to look at the highest, the maximum obtained, which that is 67.54. That such person is in the 75 percentile and above. So you will notice that there is a weight average, which is the definition 1. That one starts from 5 percentile, 10 percentile, 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75, 90, and 95. But this one gave me only 3. I chose this second one because I actually want my mental ability to be in 3 categories. I can make it 2 categories. I can make it 3, 4 categories. It depends on the number of categories that I actually want to. So you can see 43.11. So anybody in 43.11, the 25 percentile starts from there. And 49.98, that one also starts from there. The 55.53 also starts from there. So what am I to do next? I already have this information. Then I will now say transform. I want to transform. So under transform, it is possible for me to say recode into the same variable, but I want to recode into a different variable. And the variable I'm interested in is the mental ability. And the name of the new variable is mental ability categories. That's the name I want to give to it. And the label is Mark T. So this is the new model that I want. So now I will now go to this place that is called old and new values. I will click on it. So you can see here we have value. So I don't want to use value. I want to use range system. So the value that I want to give here is 1. I want you to pay attention. So in this instance, I will write 43.11 up through 49.97. So I will hard. So that one, I want to do two. So I have done the one for 25 percentile. Again, I will go, I have said 49.98 through 55.52. That is the 50 percentile. Then the third one is 55.53 through 67, which is the maximum 0.54. All those ones, I want to put them in 3. So you can see this box now. We have 43 point, these are the 50%, 25. If you want to do 2, is possible. It depends on the range of your choice. The advantage of this is that you are not using your mind to just fix the figure. You are doing it statistically. So if I say continue and I say okay, what will happen in my Excel, in my SPSS sheet, is that the categories will be there. The categories will be there for the scores of people that are available. The way I have done it, some seems to be missing because they are not within the range. So the range will adjust because this is 40. So I'm trying to put it directly because the range I saw was not a good one, but they will fall under 1, as it were. I didn't capture those ones that are lower than those other range that I have done. So within the frame of what I have done now, the categories that are below the values that I was supposed to say the 25 percentile, maybe we start from 25 and above, as it were, because some are very low. You can see that those ones within the 2 and 3 were seen, but ordinarily the entire boxes ought to be filled with the values that I was meant to put there. So having done this, we now have the categories of mental ability 1, 2, 3. So I will now go to the variable view and assign values labeled to the 1. So 1 is low mental ability, 2 is average, and 3 is high mental ability. So I have added it. So if you go back to my variable view now, the mental ability is now in the categorical form. Is now categorical, as it were. So now what is left now is now for me to run my ANCOVA. So I will go to analyze and click on the general linear model. So I clicked on the univariates. So we should know it clearly how we insert our value. The post-test is my dependent variable, and the pre-test is the covariates. Now, the group, that means the treatments which they belong to, they are the fixed factor. while the mental ability also here is also another fixed factor, which is the mental ability categories. So the covariate is this, and on like that. So the next thing is to look at what I would do. You know, we have three groups, as it were. So one of the things that I want to do, or that I will love to do, is to check whether there are interactions effects. So I'm clicking overall. That means it will take all display mean for everything and also do the interaction effects for all the factors that are available. I could also click the descriptive, click on the estimated. um, so I'm clicking, putting everything in the chat box. So I can say they can compare the main effects. And there are several one that you could click on. Let me click on Bonferroni. So the point now is that these are the parameters I want. I could choose the homogeneity of test and just say continue, as it were. If I want graphical illustration of my result, I can click on the plots. These are group. So I want a plot graph for the group. I want a plot square graph for the added. I could also want a plotted graph for the interaction between the two, as it were. So I will click continue and say click on OK. So I will now have my results. So it is not this entire results that I will be having a need of, as it were. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start with this table. I'd already explained this leveling test to us previously. You could check the ANCOVA so as to get the and it ought not to be significant. So what we have here is a good result, as it were. It shouldn't be significant. Now let us start with the this particular first table, which is the health test table. I would love you to pay attention to the following. Number one, look at this, the pre-interest, which is our covariate. Does it have a significant mean effect? Yes. And what does that tell us? Tells us. It's telling us that the covariates, the group, there is actually differences in the group interest. You know, we have three groups. We have group A, group B, and the control. So because this pre-interest is significant, it is telling us that the interest of the group is not the same. The pre-interest of the group is not the same. But this initial disparity that we found in the pre-interest value has been taken care of. It has been adjusted for by the analysis of covariance estimator. The next thing is the group. Look at the group here. The group is also significant because the significant value, which is our p-value, is less than 0.05. This is also telling us that there are significant differences in the group, as it were. The next thing is looking at the mental ability categories. Look at it. The value obtained is 0.006, is less than 0.05. So there is also a significant main effects. Then we have the only interaction effect, which is the significant value is 0.029, which is going to give us all these ones are the effect size, which is the partial eta square. When we multiply it by 100, we would get the value that we actually expect. So now it is very crucial that we end this video here. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to extract, as it were, all the results and do another video so that we will now be interpreting the results clearly for us to see it. Thank you very much.